our podcast series, The Voice of COAFRWO, Episode 1, The Awakening of Egregors, Understanding Tiani, Goita, and Traore. Welcome, everyone. This is your ICOS, the Institute of Education expert for The Voice of COAFRWO. Today, we launch a crucial cycle, the science of Renaissance and the new world order. Forget the surface level geopolitical analysis you heard on mainstream news. Tonight, we dive into the invisible. We are going to deconstruct the Western media perception of the EAS leaders, President Abdurrahman Tiani, Assimi Goita, and Ibrahim Traore, to understand indeed what is truly at stake in the Sahel. This is not just politics, it is a vibrational mutation. Deconstruction beyond the purchase label. The Western media, these men are merely men in fatigues or purchased. This semantics is a weapon of reduction. It aims to mask a profound sociological reality. These men are not accidents of history. They are emanations. Where the West sees a breach of the constitutional order, we seize a reconnection with the African metaphysical order. The military uniform here is not a symbol of dictatorship, but a transitional garment, that of the warrior guardian protecting the temple under construction. The concept of egregors, power in numbers. To understand the lightning rise of the Alliance of Sahel, EAS, we must introduce a key concept from the science of consciousness, the egregor. What is an egregor? It is a spiritual battery or a collective thought form. When millions of people desire the same outcome with the same intensity, they create an energetic entity that exceeds the sums of its individual parts. Tiani in Nigeria, Goita in Mali, and Traore in Burkina Faso are no longer just individuals. They have become the focal points for the egregor of African sovereignty. They do not merely lead the people. They are carried by the accumulated will of millions of ancestors and contemporaries alike. The fusion of leadership and people. The force of rupture. The tipping point occurs when popular will and military leadership fuse, as highlighted by Mpekentonga Metilamen in his recent work on the reshuffling of the order, Tough Will. The new order is not born of diplomacy, but of the collapse of the frequencies of submissions. This fusion creates a force of rupture that economic sanctions cannot break. Why? Because you cannot starve an egregor. The stronger the external pressure, the denser the internal cohesion becomes. This is the science of the Renaissance, transforming pressure into diamonds. In conclusion, toward the new African world order. In closing this first episode, remember this: Goita, Traore, Tiani are the visible symptoms of an invisible healing. They are the catalyst of an awakening that transcends the border of the Sahel. They embody the transition from an African that is an object of history to an Africa that is the subject of its own destiny. In our next episode, we will analyze the technical structure of this new order, how the economy of sovereignty is progressively replacing systems of rent and dependency. This was the EMAC ICAOS expert, Alphonse Mbeke, the founder of COAFRWO-UK, the new Pan-African science for restoration, order, justice, dignity, renaissance, and indeed the new African world order. Stay sovereign. Thank you for listening to the Voice of COAFRWO. We are broadcasting every Friday on YouTube. Thank you for sharing and also be part of the big movement, the big endeavor that we're launching globally. Thank you very much. Ubuntu Kama. Bye now.